Hey guys and gals, welcome back to another Captain Cuz 6951 video. Before we get on to part 2 of the Peterbilt model I am building, I want to thank everyone who has responded in my I Need Help video. Thank you so much for all the input. Thank you so much for telling me what products I should be using, but there was one person that actually caught the mistake that I made. Yeah, will admit when I make a mistake. I couldn't understand why I couldn't get a glossy finish on this car. And I was saying, what's going on? Am I doing something wrong? Well, I was. I was doing something wrong. The person who caught my mistake was Hey Mo M. Awesome guy. He's going to be doing a video on a surprise build here coming up pretty soon, and I will leave his link down there in the bottom. But anyhow, as he was watching my video, he noticed this is what I was using. And at the very bottom, it tells you what color it is or what kind of product is in there. And all I saw was gloss clear. I couldn't make out the words before gloss clear. Anyhow, it turns out to be that after putting my glasses on and changing the lenses in my magnifiers, it does say semi-gloss. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that, buddy. And he also gave me an idea, along with a few other of you guys, what to order or what kind of clear finish I should put on if I want to use this Mr. Color. So a lot of you suggested a GX112. I also saw a GX100 and an MR046. I have ordered all of those, and they should be here within a few days. Once they get here, I will stop working on the Peterbilt and get back on the Camaro because I want to get that done. I really like the paint job on it. The paint looks really good, and you can see it's almost like an iridescent. But anyhow, I'm not going to show you right now, but I did do some stuff here under the hood. Some more detail, let's put it that way. Also, I want to show you guys this. Now, for you guys who have entered my Christmas giveaway, you all had numbers. And all of the numbers you see in front of you right now are the ones that have been shipped or will be going out today. So, you guys should be getting all your Christmas gifts within the next week or so. Alright, so with all that being said, I think it's time for me to take a break and we'll get down to the... Oh wait, no, I have something else to say. Also, in my Peterbilt introduction to the big rig build, I found out, and I was wondering to myself, why some of these parts just fit so nice. Comes to find out that this is pretty much, well, half of it is a snap together. I didn't know that. And nowhere on this box does it say snap together. In fact, over here on the side it says model cement required for assembly, sold separately. So, I mean, I did not know. So anyhow, thank you for that. And you will see that I was having some problems snapping things together, which they were supposed to be snapped together, so I had to do some modifications. I think that's it for now. With all that being said, let's get back down to the bench and start working on the Peterbilt engine. Be right back. Bye. Alright, boys and girls, welcome back to the bench. As you can see, I've got the cab all primed up. Oops. And I added the brackets for the air filter and for the oil filter. And I also added the front fenders, these guys. And yeah, they are snapped together, but there was gaps that were in here that I had to actually use clamps to hold it tight up against the body here. So the next step we're going to do is we're going to start putting the engine together. And I really like this because all the engine parts are on one screw. And I think we'll go to that camera. So, be able to see it better that way. What I did, I went over this and checked out what all these guys are called as I've been putting them on, so I know, basically what colors I want to paint this stuff. I will use some of the recommended colors, like this one here is the semi-gloss, and I'll probably do that. It said to do the block and flat black. No, Caterpillars are yellow. So I want to paint the engine in yellow and then do all the peripheral stuff in specific colors. Anyhow, I'm going to start with this. And also, as I look past this page, the next page, they actually want to install the engine into the chassis before I put on the head assembly and the after cooler is what it's called. So we'll have to see why they want to do that as we build this. Also, here's the radiator and the radiator cooling fan. We'll be painting those. Steering column, gear shifter. Basically, I'm going to do the engine right now. So we will start with the block. And we'll snip it off and see how much cleanup we got to do. Okay. Make sure I cut the right things here. Alright, so now that we have the block off, let's see how it fits. Yeah, it'll be just a snap together. All I gotta do is push it closed and it's done. And I'll just clean and glue the seams. Look at that, really nice. So if I had worked on this straight through, I probably could have had this all done in one day. Alright, well, the engine's together. I mean, the engine block is together. So, let's go ahead and, hey, you know what, let's use the regular extra thin. Since it's a snap together, I really don't need to have a quick drying cement. I'm going to have to clamp some of this too, because I can see that some of the gaps are a little bit bigger than what they should be. So yes, it is snapped together, but it needs help. Okay. Alright, so I am going to go ahead and, like I showed you on this other page. Come on now. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put this part, the cylinder head assembly, on the engine, so when I paint it, it'll all be the same color. And I will not glue it down right away, and we'll see why they want us to wait on that. Anyhow, the next part we should put on here is this oil filter is what it's called, oil filter. So, and that part number is 66. Now, you know, it's giving me a question mark, means that there's another part available. I don't see another part. I looked on the chrome tree and I looked on this this tree right here, and I could not find it. So I don't know if it actually exists. Okay, I think, what number is that? 66? I believe that's 66 right there. Let me put my, the numbers on this screw are not as nicely defined as on other models. Yeah, this is 66 right here. Alright, let's see. Gotta make sure where I'm cutting because I don't know these parts. So, here you go. Now I'm just going to test fit this, and then I'm going to figure out what colors I want to paint these things. So, according to this, this goes on this side of the motor, or engine I should say, and it will plug into here, and that little guy will plug into there. Yeah, very nice. You see now, even though it's supposed to be snap fit, these are not going in. I don't want to push too hard because that'll break stuff. So, I am going to go ahead and do what I did previously on the chassis parts. And that is I'm going to go ahead and enlarge the holes a little bit. And just like 2 or 3 turns is all I'm going to do. Just that little bit makes a difference. You know, there's a lot of different color paint I'm going to do on this, and everything I'm going to do on this engine is going to be hand painted. I may airbrush the block, I'm not sure yet. Right, so this is going to go here, like I have it. You guys can see that. And now on the opposite side, now I did not clean this up yet, no. I'm just doing a little test fitting here. On the opposite side, it's going to get the injector pump and a compressor. So let's see. The injector pump is number 72. I marked over these last night. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Inject pump. And this, I think, is the compressor. 71. 71. Alright, now let's see. The compressor goes up here in this square hole. Okay, and this guy, those are all, I don't know if you guys are going to see that, but those are all the injector outputs right there, all 6 of them. Pretty detailed on that. And this can only go one way. It's keyed, one small, one big. So let's see. Again, I got to push it really hard to get it in there, and I don't want to do that because I might break that pin. So, again, I will enlarge the holes just a wee bit. And that's okay. I mean, you know, I'm going to glue them in anyhow, so. This one there. This one there. You can see the other part fell out. I mean, I didn't make the holes that big, but they're just tight enough where they just don't want to go in right away. See, like that one went in perfect. So, that is the driver's side of the engine. And now once I get all of these guys on, all of these, then I can go ahead and put the front cover on. But they want to make sure that all of these parts are on. So, with that being said, I am going to go ahead and paint everything the colors I think they need to get painted, and we'll assemble that, and we'll see what will be the next step. So with that being said, we'll be right back. Alright guys, I just got finished spraying the engine and transmission, but I'm going to change the color of the transmission. I don't want everything to be yellow. So now I'm going to start painting the peripherals for the engine. And this here says it was an oil filter, but actually I think it's a secondary oil filter. I'm going to go ahead and paint everything but the hoses, because these hoses go to the radiator, in this oily steel. And I'm just going to hand paint it, and then the oil filter down here will get black, and these hoses will get black rubber or tire rubber. So, that being said, let's go ahead and do this. Got my little palette right here. And don't matter which one we put it in. There we go. And I always try and clean the tip of the bottle of the paint, so it has a good seal when you put it back in. Alright, use a little paintbrush here. I think that was a little too big. Oopsie. Yeah. We'll work with that one for now. And so, all of this will get that oily steel. Here we go. Alright guys, that's oily steel and yellow thumb. Alright, we're going to clean this brush out, and we're going to move on to this guy, and with him, we're going to do him in gunmetal, because I think that's what that tube is painted in. This guy right here, I think I painted it in gunmetal. Or did I paint it in bare metal silver? I think that's bare metal silver. So I'm going to go and spray this the same color as that so it matches up, because it will connect to here. When it's in the vehicle, it'll be like that, bada bing. So I'll go do that right now, and then this hose in between, I'll paint that black just to get a little bit of variety. Alrighty then. Now if I do that, that means I'll have to mask off the engine, because the bottom half of this is molded into the engine. I think we can handle that. So, that being said, we will be back in a minute or two.
Alright, boys and girls, welcome back. This is the completed Caterpillar engine for my Peterbilt 379 big rig. Anyhow, a lot of brush painting went on here. This down here was all brush painted. This was, I don't remember, I think it was oily steel. Up here was gunmetal, and then I had bare metal, silver. So all kinds of good stuff going on in there. So we'll give you a spin around. The yellow was a Krylon. It said farm implement yellow. So that's what I used to represent the Caterpillar color. Anyhow, we'll continue on around here. The pulleys again were done in oily steel. Again, the belts are just done in flat black. Turn around this side here, and we got starter is molded in, but I went ahead and painted that black. Then this is that bare metal steel also. That's the injection pump. And this is a compressor up here. Now, they say in the instructions that I can't put this in as a completed motor. I can't put it into the chassis. So what has to happen is this piece has to come off. And also the cylinder head has to come off, if I can get it off, in order for me to put it into the chassis. Here's the radiator. Let me see if we can get this in here. Here's the radiator. I painted the core aluminum and flat black on the outside. I'm going to paint the fan a different color also. So the next step for me to do actually is to put this guy into the truck. And let's see what happens after that. Talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye for now. Alright guys, welcome back. So, I have completed the engine and stuck it in the chassis, as you have seen in the previous video clip. But I did do a little research on this engine. The engine is a 3406B with 550 horsepower. But this motor, or this engine, has problems from what I've read. It's got a hard starting problem, low engine compression, low fuel pressure, low cranking speed, a bunch of other electrical problems and this and that and the other thing. The final line is, if you want to keep your Peterbilt on the road, go ahead and replace the engine with a Cummins 400. And that is really funny. Anyhow, as you can see, I got all my parts marked off on this one. Oops, come here you, don't go away. And let's see if I can get this page open. It's funny when you want. There you go. And I got this stuff on here all completed. So, with that being said, let's take a look at this, see what it looks like. Now I got this on like a temporary kind of stand here. Let's see if you can see that a little bit better. And maybe I could raise you up a bit, maybe. There you go. So, this is the driver's side. And you can see all the different colors I used there. It's too bad that injector pump is stuffed way down there, because if I wanted to, I could do a lot of detail on there. For instance, I could, each one of these ports that are on this injector pump, I could run a little wire to the engine to make it look more realistic. I don't think I'm going to do it on this, and in an upcoming video I'll tell you why I'm not going to do too much detailing on this particular truck. Anyhow, I kept everything yellow because I'm assuming that's the way it's going to be, you know, as far as the engine and transmission go. But let's see if I do this. Now let's go the other way. Now, try and keep you guys in the camera. And let's stop right there. I painted the valve covers. I think it's bare metal silver, or I don't know. It's one of those metal colors, metallic colors. I think it looks pretty good. The fan and radiator look really nice. I like the way they fit in there. Let's get around a little further. Let's see, we'll back out a little bit. And we'll stop right there. This is not glued in yet until I get the cab on there and make sure everything's going to fit right. Actually, I did put, let's back out all the way. I did put the front mud flaps on, and I did put the rear mud flaps on. So overall, this chassis is pretty complete. And I'm going to pick it up and show you the bottom side. And we'll stop right there. And I know the wheels will probably fall off because they're not glued on yet. I did, however, listen to some of the advice I had on how to fix chrome. I'm going to strip both tanks. In fact, if you saw the tank on that side is already off, I'm going to soak it in 90% plus isopropyl alcohol. In my model railroading community, if we wanted to strip a boxcar or a locomotive, we would use that to strip it. So I don't know if it's going to be the same for chrome parts. I guess I'll find out. Anyhow, front of my flaps I painted chrome. And we'll flip this over now. I know one or two of the wheels are going to fall off. And maybe not. But anyhow, you can see, let me get the camera up a bit. We'll bring it in closer here. All my drive shafts are in, the bottom is all secure, everything is looking really, really good. And this guy rolls. And I know you guys said it's not really a good thing because if you have it on a shelf it might roll off. And I agree, it probably won't roll. I'll probably glue the wheels on there. The fifth wheel actually pivots, so that's cool. The back mud flaps will get the Peterbilt logos. And basically the next thing we're going to do is the interior. So with all that being said, I hope you guys and gals enjoyed this video. And as always, your questions, comments, inputs, subs, shares, and likes are always welcome. For now, that's all folks. Captain Cuz 6951 out for now.